Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we are playing one of the fastest decks in the format, Modern. We're playing Prowess. You got Slick Shot Show Off, give it double strike. You can one-shot your opponent out of nowhere. We've got the Corey Steel Cutter for the value engine in an aggro deck. And we've got everyone's favorite pump spell, Mutagenic Growth. 0 mana pump spells are sweet. We're also playing Preordain as a cantrip, and the rest is pretty stock. Lava Dart is pretty sweet to play back from your graveyard. And we are just playing the one Surveil land, which feels very gross. I feel like you should be playing 2 Surveil lands in pretty much every deck, at least. Over on the board, the main thing to of note, we are playing an extra Violent Urge, so this will be against the fast decks, and the 1 of Surgical as well, which is really nice, and then the 4 Unholy Heat and the 2 Murktide Regent. That is essentially like a mid-range package. If you're against something like Zoo or something of a lot of removal, you can bring in the Murktide Regents and take out Violent Urge. Because then if they're going to have a bunch of removal, Violent Urge is a very risky play, because if they kill your creature, you get a 2-for-1. So sometimes you just board into Murktide and you just kill them with that instead. I think that's about it. I think most people are familiar with the deck, but I think it is a very unassuming deck. I feel like it goes under the radar for a lot of people. So today we're going to try and get some turn 3 kills. All right, round 1 on the play. Wouldn't have had it any other way. No creature. I guess you have to mull with no creature, right? We've got an expressive iteration, but that's not till turn 3. Fine, we'll keep. I'm not sure about keeping this, but we'll give it a try. You've got expressive iteration, so we should find a creature reasonably soon. And if we find like a Corey Steel Cutter, you know, we could have a bunch of dudes. So opponent mulls to 6. Nice for us to see. Let's just lead up with the Tarn and pass, and then we could just get some Surveil action going, assuming they don't play a 1-drop. Oh, a Tamiyo. Well, we don't actually have any plays yet, so I'm going to let that happen and just Thundering Falls. Okay, we just got a land, so I think we're just going to go bolt this now and play a land and pass. Another Tamiyo, sure. And a Saga. Okay. Find a Bauble. Let's go ahead and cast that. And target the opponent. See if we can get some more information on what they're doing. Why is there an Arcbound Ravager in their deck? I have absolutely no idea what's going on. Is this like an affinity deck? I assume so. Okay. So I can only assume we're against affinity. So let's go... play these, play this, and still don't find anything to do. 1 into our hand. I mean, we could go for the Mutagenic Growth if they're playing red, right? So double Mutagenic Growth should get anything out of bolt range. Yeah, let's go for that, and then exile. Oh, put one of them to the bottom of your library. Would be the Lava Dart, and then we'll exile this. Might as well cast it. Let's just play a mountain. We'll find a threat, he said. Oh, there we go. So I think we're going to save the... oh shit, let's just do this now. A sink into stupor. Okay. So we're not under any sort of immediate threat. Oh, that may now change. Tormod's Crypt, sure. I think we find it. If we find a Slick Shot Show Off, do we just have a 1-shot kill? 1 would go to 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I guess not. Now the Crypt is here. Double Tormod's Crypt. So hostile towards our Delirium. Double Steel Cutter is pretty nice. So let's go ahead, play the first one. And shock this. Play another one. Then we get 1 dude. We must just bonk in here. I don't think we're at any risk of dying next turn, unless our opponent does something crazy with mutations. Okay, they're just going to hardcast the Emissary. It looks like we're just against a weird version of Affinity. If they could Inspire, is it Inspire? Whatever the Convoke mechanic is for artifacts. Then tap these Tormod's Crypts, that'd be wonderful. And then we should just kill them in one shot, right? 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. That would be very lethal. Okay, not a bad start. We'll lead off with a Preordain. Two absolute bangers. Wow, okay. I think we want to just keep going with the Steel Cutters. So many triggers. Oh my god. Yes, we'll equip. Yes, we'll equip. And Prowess. And then this one resolves. Wait, can we just kill them? Did they uptick, right? Yeah, okay. So I guess if that's the case... I don't think we're scared of them bringing anything back. So I think I'm just going to go straight to the opponent. And I want to see what they do. Because they are tapped out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So by my math, this is lethal. I guess we do it on this one. Pay some life. So that resolves, and it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 at the moment. Then we can do it on this one. Pay some life. That resolves, and sweet. Yeah, it was a weird game. Opponent didn't do too much, and then all of a sudden we just one-shot them. Do we want Spell Snare? Not really. You don't need Consign in this matchup because all their good cards are actually blue, not colorless. They are running 2 Tormod's Crypts, so I kind of want these Regents. But I don't think we're ever going to be able to get them in, so maybe I guess we can't. Unholy Heat is fine. There's not too much that we actually want to kill. I don't really know if we want anything. Spell Pierce isn't even that good. Or Spell Snare. Unholy Heat just doesn't kill anything, right? If you have Delirium, it can kill a Tameo. But if you don't, it does nothing. You're never going to be doing the Kappa Cannoneer because you'd need to pay 4 mana. I think we just run it back. This hand looks great. We'll keep. Oh, this deck is so much more fun than I thought it was. I'm going to start by fetch shocking. I want to just get Delirium as quickly as possible. They're just going to blast it, so we'll go ahead and save it. I think that's worth it. We'll keep that on top because that's going to work really nice with the Steel Cutter. Yeah, feeling very good about that our opponents wasted their mana to do that. So now we can go land, Steel Cutter, trigger the Darcy, get a bit of surveil action going. I'm actually happy to take those when you've got Steel Cutter. So we'll play this one, make a dude, get some more surveil action going. I guess if we were going to cast this anyway, we should have binned it. Alright, in hindsight, I should have binned that. Yes. So Bauble resolves. We'll have a little peek, see what they got going on. Just the Steam Vents. I really rate Mystical Dispute because of affinity. Because you can Mystical Dispute these. But unfortunately we can't right now, as we're not playing it. Let's just lead off with Preordain. Happily bin the Lava Dart. Then Preordain resolves. And I kind of want both of these, because the Lava Dart will allow us to pop off with the Slick Shot. If they have removal, it's pretty bad. No, they've got these, right? So let's bottom that and top that. Then we can play the land. Oh. Fetch. Mountain's fine. I'm just going to cast it now because I want to trigger the Steel Cutters and I don't want to use bolts. I want to use them next turn and just kill the opponent. So it's not going to hit in for a lot, but I think it's just worth doing. And then we sacrifice one of our tokens, but I don't think we care. Sure. Oh, they care. Oh, okay, sure. Yeah, and then next turn we should have lethal very easily with 9 damage in hand. E for 2 is very good. Then they shock it in to be able to blow it up. Yep, and that would just be GG. Opponent hits us for 6 and we could just bolt them. I guess they could draw a 0 mana spell, but there's nothing they could draw. We even draw Swift Spear, sure. They should have cracked one of their crypts during their turn. Yeah, okay, sweet. Yeah, they should have cracked one of their crypts because we had a Lava Dart in the bin, but I don't think it was too relevant. On the draw, 1 land with a Bauble. I guess you're supposed to keep this. It's pretty weak if we don't draw a land, but between 3 draws for turn 2, I think we'd be reasonably likely to find one. How many lands are we on? 18. Okay, I guess we're... Yeah, that's about right then, because we're slightly under a third of the deck, but we've only got 1 of those lands, so 17 out of 53. 17, 34, 51. So it is about 1 in 3. Opponent leads with a Blooming Marsh into a Delighted Halfling. Is this some Yawgmoth shenanigans? Okay, we find the land straight away. Let's just lead off with a Swift Spear. We could bolt this, I guess, but not eager to do that. I'll let them decide if they want to risk their halfling. They don't. Hello, what are we doing here with Fellmire as well? Oh my god, is this a Necrodominance? It is. Crazy from our opponent, just very, very aggressive here. How much life are they going to pay? That is a scary, scary thing to see on turn 2. They go down to 1. So they need to find at least a soul spike here to not be dead. Well, they need to find more than just a soul spike, right? Because we can mutagenic growth. Yeah, they need to have two sets of soul spikes, I think, to even survive. Absolute madness for going for the turn 2. I respect it. Very brave. Snacky Treehorn is not messing about. I'm going to give him a Google and see what comes up. Snacky. Maybe they're a turn 2 Necrodominance aficionado. Yeah, they are. They play a lot of black mid-range. Alright, fair enough. They're playing Fel the Profane as well. Sorry, Profane Tutor. Suspend for 2 mana for 2 turns, and then it's Demonic Tutor. They are not messing around. Oh, okay, they're Nourishing Shoaling as well. Fair enough. Have they got anything else? No. Alright, well, they're back to 20, but they do have a Necrodominance in play, so there's only so much they can heal out. So how much damage can we do next turn? If we play the land, play the Swift Spear, I guess Lava Dart would do the same amount of damage in the long run. Whatever, let's go Swift Spear. Let's do this. We're just going to try and speed run their life total here. A Trawler, sure. The one card we're scared of the most is Sheldred, so we're going to have to kill the Delight Halfling, actually, aren't we? A Shelly on turn 3 after a Necro is very, very hard to beat. So we can do a bit of damage here, and then hopefully they don't have anything too powerful to follow up with. I mean, they've drawn a third of their deck, so I assume they they have something, but this version does a lot more damage to themselves because they're playing green as well, I think. I would imagine they have to play Overgrown Tombs and stuff. What is this? Whenever you gain life, target opponent loses that much life. Sure. Opponent has cracked out the rares binder and just found random shit to put in their deck. No, I guess it's because of things like Soul Spike, right? So then a Soul Spike does 8 damage to the opponent, so you can just go Soul Spike, and that's a shitload of damage. Oh, wait a minute. Whenever you gain life, your opponent loses that. So they're doing it with the worm. That's why they're doing their Nourishing Shoal chaff. I see. Okay, all right. I respect it. The opponent has got a hell of a brew going on here. So Nourishing Shoal will deal us how much? 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So one Nourishing Shoal won't do it, but a Nourishing Shoal and a Soul Spike will. Soul Spike does 8 damage because it does 4, then they gain 4. Okay, oh, then they're going for our creatures. So now a Nourishing Shoal is just lethal if they can do it with the worm. This is insane. Oh, no. Another Soul Spike. Sure. They got more action. No? Okay, they're out. We find a Steel Cutter. Well, I think we just have to Expressive Iteration here, because we're going to die next turn. And if all I do is bolt this, then we're never winning. So we're going to have to Expressive and find a land. Sweet. So we'll do one into hand will be the Growth, and then one to the bottom will be the Wooded Foothills, and then we'll exile this. Then we'll play the land and bolt this. Might have been better to wait for them to try and cast the life gain spell first. But if they play a Shelly, we're just dead, right? I don't see how we ever beat a Shelly. God, this deck is insanely hard for Prowess to beat. I guess it's just because they had the turn 2 Necro. Oh boy, this could be it. A Soul Spike, flip Sorin, minus Sorin. That's 8 damage. Opponent is over halfway through their deck here. Are they just going to dig? They've gone through 3 Soul Spikes. Oh, they just go to 1. They're just confident with the worm and the life gain. What's it called? Nourishing Shoal. Yeah, between Nourishing Shoal and the worm and Soul Spikes, you should be able to get a lot of life quite easily. The tech of playing, what is it? This dude is so sweet. Veto Thorn of the Dusk Rose. Yeah, sweet tech. They're going for the Nourishing Shoal, and I assume they're going to... Wait, why are they doing it now? Wasn't that just lethal? Oh, no, because it happened during their draw step from the Necro. Okay. So they didn't actually have it during their main phase 1. Back up to 16. Only 18 cards left, though. They do need to get us dead. Okay, down to 5 cards for them. I presume we're going to just die. So, how do we ever win? I guess we play this to start. And yeah, there's just no way we can win. Their hand would have to be absolutely nothing, and they've drawn 42 cards this game. Or 32, whichever, it doesn't matter. That game is long gone. You can't even surgical it out of their deck, like the Nourishing Shoal shenanigans, because they all just go in exile because of Necro Dominance. Spell Snare doesn't do anything, I don't think. Consign, does that do anything? Necro Dominance is an end of turn trigger, right? Necro. At the beginning of your end step, you may pay... Is that a triggered ability? Yes, it is a triggered ability, so you can consign the Necro. So I guess we have to do that and just try and consign it if they get one down. And what do you even cut in this matchup? I guess we really want to... Expressive Iteration is a bit slow, but... Oh, this is a really hard one. I guess Lava Dart doesn't do a whole lot, so we can trim some of those because they're going to have a lot of removal. But you don't want to take all of them out, really. No, I guess we do, because if we've got Consign, we should be able to 1-for-1 them fine. Definitely want to go on the play. What do we got? Okay, this hand is good. We'll go ahead and keep. It was just the fact that I had the turn 2 Necro, I think, was the problem. If it was turn 3 or something, it might have been fine. But turn 2 is just insane. So let's just lead off with preordaining, I think. Oh, I like that slick shot. And I guess we could do with a third land. And then we'll just pass. Thoughtseize, sure. So this is why I put the other slick shot on top of our deck. So now they think they might be able to take this one. But I guess they've got a lot of spot removal, so they're happy for us to have the slick shot. Not good news for us. Let's just go ahead and shock. And I'm just going to cast this. You can like plot them, but it doesn't, I don't think it actually makes any sense in this situation to do so. Because there is a black board wipe that is 0 mana, which I know some of the Necro decks used to play. So if I plotted it and then next turn cast it and then cast this one, they could just kill them both for 0 mana, whereas this way one of them is in play. What is it called? It's... I can't remember what it's called. It's a black board wipe, and it says exile a black card or maybe 2 black cards from your hand, and then it's just kill everything that came into play this turn. Crazy tech. They Thoughtseize us again. Not cool. So they're going to take the other select shot, I guess. Force of Despair is what it's called. If it's not your turn, you may exile a black card from your hand rather than paying its mana cost. Destroy all creatures that entered the battlefield this turn. Yeah, sweet card. Alright, let's start with a bauble. Oh, opponent doesn't have their second land. That is very good news for us. We're going to target ourselves because we've got the fetch. Yeah, so we don't want to draw that. Do not need that either. Go ahead and hit our opponent for 3 here. We could put this up to 7 if we wanted, but I don't think there's any reason to. I'd rather keep it for a Quarry Steelcutter. Oh, perfect draw. Expressive Iteration is exactly what we're looking for at this point in the game. They do find the land, but it does come into play tapped because they don't want to pay the life. Somehow we found more land. Let's go Expressive Iteration. Trigger the Slick Shot. Jesus Christ, more lands. Put one of them into your hand. That'd be the consign. And then this makes no difference. So I guess we'll play it. Hit our opponent again for 3, hopefully. We're just going to push it. Yep, nothing we can do about that. I assume they have a Necro Dominance in hand. Why would you keep a 1-land hand if you don't? Like, it must be absolutely stacked. No third land. Just mono removal, maybe. Another Expressive Iteration. You might call that lucky. I would say that's unlucky that we've drawn this many lands, though, so feels like it's only balancing out. This can go to hand. Onto the bottom of your library would be the Mesa. Then Swishblade comes into exile. Play the Mountain and the Swiftspear. And then we're going to crack this Mountain instead of using the Steam Vents, because I think we're running out of blue. Yeah, we've got no Steam Vents left. So yeah, that means we can't do Preordain, really. I want to keep up this consign, because as soon as they slam a Necro Dominance, I want to just consign it and then hope that that puts us far enough ahead. It only buys you a turn, but I think that might often be enough. Because the deck is just full of crap anyway, right? It's very reasonable they have things like Nourishing Shoal and the Worm in their hand. Or a Soul Spike and not enough black cards. Sorin. Yeah, that's pretty scary. Second consign. So we'll just offer to swing in here. They know we've got the growth, so I don't think they're going to block. Oh, they do? Yeah, I guess we just pass. We've got double consign up, so the only thing we can really react to is Necro Dominance at this point, I think. Maybe bringing in all of them was too much. It just feels like Lava Dart is so bad in this matchup. Perhaps Spell Pierce would have been better. Yeah, I think Spell Pierce would have been better. Lesson learned. Another Sorin. And there's their third land. I guess they don't have a Necro Dominance. Find another mutagenic growth. So we'll offer the trade again. Here's the Necro. Sure. So go to the end step. We're just going to consign the trigger and hope that we find some way to kill our opponent very quickly. Oh, they've got the Nourishing Shoal, sure. 29. So we can stop them drawing for a turn. I don't know how we're going to deal 30 damage, though. That's the problem. Because we can essentially just stop them drawing any cards for a few turns. Sure, so I guess we play this tapped. Bonk our opponent here for just one. Like, if we had a board presence, then these consigns would have just been, like, so close to a time walk because they literally don't even draw a card. But they've managed to 1-for-1 us enough that we eventually ran out. Stop drawing cards. One, two, three, four. We did not need that. Yeah, let's just go to the next one. There's no way we're winning if they draw 26 cards. I'm not going to sit there and make them do that. I think if we just had some threats, that would have been fine. But they just removed everything so easily. No lands, probably safe to mulligan that. Oh boy, this hand is not good. Okay, I guess this is better. So we ditch a land and... yeah, we'll do that. Go on, fetch shock. Do as much damage as you can. Plains, Ocelot Pride. Gross. Wish I had that lava dart now. That would have been quite handy to have. Okay, that's a great draw. So we'll play the Darcy. Bolt there, mate. And yeah, I don't think we can ask for much more. Elegant Parlor tapped. If they don't have another 1-drop, they do. It's an Ocelot Pride. So we draw the Steel Cutter. We might as well cast it. Expressive Iteration is fantastic as well. And I think we're just going to maximize the amount of dudes we can make this turn. So we'll do it on Darcy, because I think we're going to keep the Steel Cutter back. Sorry, the Swift Spear back. Still keeping it on top. I guess we do it like this. Yeah, that's better. For a mulligan to 5, this hand has been insane. And then next time we can Expressive. If we can find a land and a 1-drop or a 0-drop, we're going to be so far ahead. Violent Urge. I think I'm happy just to bin that. I just really want to find the third land. So anything that's not a land, I think I'm just prepared to bin. Okay, these are great. So I guess we want the Steel Cutter and the Growth. We've got Sorcery and Instant in the graveyard, so we're not going to get Delirium. So I will do this on the Monk token because it's got Trample. Oh, I guess it won't have Trample after this. I still think it was fine to put it there. Slick Shot. I think we can do better than that. Three, 5, 10. So if we swing with this as well, they can block it, get the lifelink, and survive. So we're better off doing this way. So yeah, the Mutagenic Growth should have been on the Darcy. Hard to see that at the time though. Please no Johnny. Oh dear. Man, this deck has got, it's just such a pile of good cards. Could not have asked for a better card off the top really here, could we? That was so lucky. We'll see what they've got. They've got an Ocelot Pride coming. Okay, that's very scary. I think we just go face at this point. Yeah. And hope to find Lava Darts and Bolts. Because they're just gonna keep using Ajani to kill all of our dudes. So I feel like if we go for the Ajani, another Ajani is just, we're never winning anyway. I don't know. Maybe that was just not worth it because of Flage and Ocelot Pride and Guide of Souls. They've got too much life gain. It's very hard to say. Jesus Christ. There's the Slick Shot. We can never one-shot them though because of Goblin Bombardment, right? Nope. It's not happening. So we bring in every piece of removal we can get our hands on and probably Spell Snare. That seems pretty reasonable. Ajani and what else? Goblin Bombardment and Thraben Charm. Yeah, that's probably good. Violent Urge doesn't seem great. And anything else? I guess, do you want 2 spell snare? I think we're going to try and grind them out. So if that's the case, you just cut these as well. And I guess if you're going to try and grind someone out, Murktide is one of the better cards in the deck. So if you bring those in as well. We're not going to be able to one for one them forever though, because of Ajani and Goblin Bombardment and just token generators. Yeah, it's hard to say what the cuts are supposed to be. I think I'm going to do that. I think Murktide should be very good in this matchup. And I think you just want to one for one them until they run out of stuff. Maybe you're supposed to bring in Surgical just for Flage. This hand looks great. Just loads of removal and cantrips. Sweet. Just a tap land from the opponent. And a Flage in the bin. Of course it's a Flage. I'm just going to start binning things and getting Delirium. I don't really care what they are. I think we just want to get Delirium as soon as possible. Oh, I like that Murktide Regent though. Yeah, happy with that. Ocelot Pride and Ragavan? Oh, Discharge. Sure, that's fine. They do net a bit of energy though. That's a little bit of residual value for them. Bauble. I think if we're going to iteration, I guess you Bauble first just to try and secure that land drop. It's not a land. That is also not a land, so we'll bin that. Okay, there's the land. So one of them into hand will be... I guess the bolt. And then once the bottom can be this. And then we'll take the Arid Mesa. Play that. Get a mountain at this point. Let's just go ahead and bolt this now. And I'm just going to keep binning things for this Murktide Regent. They've got Guide of Souls coming, sure. And I discharge. Yeah, they've got so much energy now. I'm getting a bit worried for the safety of our Murktide Regent. Oh, no, they didn't get to save any, did they? Because we had Delirium. Okay, that's good. Spell Snare off the top. We could wait a turn on the Murktide to try and play around that, but I don't think it's worth it. Let's just... what have we got in our graveyard? I want to try and keep as much of Delirium as possible. So creature, artifact, and then 1, 2, 3, 4... 5, 6. Sweet. Big old Murktide. And yeah, I guess we just pass the turn with removal up. We can kill him in 2 shots. This card is so sweet. Not a card I cast very often, but it is a bit of a treat when you do. Probably should have unholy heated that. Actually, no, it's probably worth keeping this for Flage, just in case things go horribly wrong. Guide of Souls, sure. They do just sack it during our during our turn. More than happy for them to just do nothing with their 3-drop. So now we've got Spell Snare and double removal. Guide of Souls is fine. Oh, and the Ocelot Pride. So let's just go ahead and bolt this. And that should just be game, right? Yeah, nice. Yeah, we've just turned into blue-red, like old school Murktide control now. I'm still not sure if we want the Surgical for Flage. I think we probably should do something like that. Yeah, let's give that a go. On the play, they might bring in Blood Moon effects. They shouldn't do, but I guess that is an option. Unless they really are scared of Murktide. Ooh, this hand is a little bit land heavy, but double Steel Cutter is very strong. You don't have to get the value out of them straight away. Like if our opponent just like plays a 1-drop, we can kill it, and then later on trigger the Steel Cutters with Preordains and EIs. Okay, nice draw. So we'll just play a land and pass. Nothing on turn 2 either. That's crazy. Perfect card to see on top. Sure. Opponent just silenced us to not make a token, which I'm very, very happy with because I wasn't even going to Mishra's Bauble that turn anyway, I don't think. I was more interested in saving it for the next turn. So, wonderful to see. Opponent just plays an Ajani. Whilst they're tapped out is pretty good for us. Sure, yeah, you get your dude. Orym's chance seems wild. Let's go land and Steel Cutter. I guess we'll go get another mountain. I don't really want to be dealing ourselves too much damage. And I guess we'll just bolt the Ajani now. So always yes and always yield. more than happy to make this trade. Because we're just going to make more anyway, unless they've got a way to blow them both up. Which I don't think they will. What is 4 mana? Wrath the Skies. Oh, they do. Well played. I was not expecting to see Wrath the Skies in a Boros deck. I guess we'll lead off with the Darcy before we preordain. Unholy Heat. I mean, it's a good draw, but I want something that gets value sooner or later. Sure, we'll keep it for now. Oh, I don't need 2. Don't need a land either. So, Bauble, and we'll just see what they're drawing. Just a Windswept Heath, sure. Fantastic draw from the Bauble. Oh, they don't have anything to do. I feel like the Orem's chant was an overboard. Yeah, really not sure about Orem's chant in this matchup. Maybe they're right, but I can't imagine it is. Surgical is a great answer to Flage, so I guess we do keep that. We've got double Unholy Heat. No, it's fine. We'll keep it. I do think that Flage is the most likely way we lose. So 1 card into hand is going to be that. And then 1 card to the bottom will be this. And we'll take the Darcy. If they killed this one, that's fine. Thraven Charm, Exile. Yeah, sure. You can take my graveyard. I mean, if we wanted to, we could be super greedy and fetch and bolt them. Because that would be 1 land, 1 instant, and then 2 Surveil triggers, but that would be insane. Are they like slow rolling a Flage or something? Wonderful draw off the top. We'll preordain. I'm just going to always yield to these now. Not looking for that. Happy to bin that. That's wonderful. I think at this point it might just be worth bolting them. They're only down, yeah, they're down to 1 card. I'm just going to bolt them and try and get them dead as soon as possible. I do really want that. But we're going to lose out on 3 Surveil triggers for it. Fine, we'll bin it. And we'll bin that. And we've got Delirium now, so we'll keep that on top. Yeah, I think it was worth that. Because, like, if we keep the Steel Cutter on top, we don't have Delirium, and then we just slow our clock down. Whereas this way, they need to deal with everything now. Okay, they just concede. Sweet. This deck is so much more fun than I thought. Really enjoying it. Other than the random Necro Dominance deck that Necro does on turn 2, I think this has been really successful so far. Yeah, we keep this. Good enough to keep. It's nothing crazy, but it's pretty good. Oh, is this a Ragavan? It's not. Oh, is it the mirror? It could be the mirror. Well, I guess it could be some sort of blue-red mid-range combo deck or something. Like, there's a, what was it I played against? Ascendancy? Yeah, it's the mirror. Nice. They got the removal spell for our dude here by the look of it. Yeah, sure. We could growth, but it will still die, so I'm not going to do that. Okay. A little bit rough here. We can Corey and then growth. That feels pretty bad. The other option is just bolt that creature. I think you need to keep up on the board, and this is the most likely way we ever keep up. I could be wrong, like the play could just be like bolt or something, but it doesn't seem particularly strong. Because we're playing the Steel Cutter, I think, is our priority. And if that's the priority, would you rather a 0 mana pump spell? Or would you rather a 0 mana make a 1/1 token with haste and keywords? I think you'd take the body in this matchup, so maybe that's wrong. There's their own Steel Cutter. So yeah, it definitely feels good that we got ours on the board first. So they get to swing in here for 5. Oh, that's a lot of damage. No, just 3. Okay, I like the Swift Spear draw here. So we can go like play our own Swift Spear and then bolt theirs. We get screwed over by mutagenic growth pretty bad for doing that. Whereas if we iteration instead, that's a bit more reserved, but then we're just falling behind on board. We'll just find out if they've got it. Okay, they didn't have it. Or even if they did, they might not use it there, just because they don't want to miss out on double triggering the Steel Cutter. Oh, maybe they do have the growth and they're using it now. No. Sure, that's fine. Oh, nothing from the opponent. So just removal spells, I guess. Not even cantrips. Love it as a great card to surveil into the bin here. Really like to see that. And they just concede. Sweet. So in this matchup, I'm pretty sure what you're supposed to do is bring in Spell Snare for all the powerful 2-drops. And you bring in... I think you're probably supposed to bring in Murktide because you're going to keep killing each other's stuff. And then you bring in your own removal, and then you cut the less impactful cards, which is Violent Urge, some amount of Lava Darts, and all of the Slick Shots. Because it essentially just turns into a mid-range fight, I think. Maybe you bring in Spell Pierce as well. Yeah, Spell Pierce is probably good enough. The problem is if the game does go late, it then does nothing a lot of the time. But it hits Corey Steelcutter. That's so good. That kind of just talked me into it. Still, hitting Steelcutter is just like so broken in this matchup. What do we got? Absolutely nothing, and then 2 Murktide Regents. If they don't have a blisteringly fast start, I think we might be alright. So, and I think post sideboard the game should go slower. Just a Darcy, okay. Sometimes you want to save your baubles to trigger your Steel Cutter, but I think in this situation I need to find spells, so I'm just going to use it now. Oh dear. Someone has their own mutagenic growth, perhaps? Sure. So we let the Surveyor resolve. And I'll just do mine as well. That was a great exchange for us, because if they had the mutagenic next turn, it would make a dude. So yeah, really happy to see that happen. I feel like we dodged a bullet. Shouldn't be long and we can get these Murktide Regents online. Don't mind drawing that Steam Vents there. The Islet is a bit scary to keep using each turn. They just bolt. They don't play their Steel Cutter. What on earth? Does that mean they have a Spell Snare or Spell Pierce for ours? Or am I reading into that too much? To me, that is insane to not play your Steel Cutter there. So I'm going to assume they have a Spell Snare or Spell Pierce. I could be wrong. And I'm going to try and bait out some removal here so we can play a Murktide Regent next turn. No. I have no idea why they would not play a Steel Cutter. They mill over a Spell Pierce. Yep. And then nothing to do with it? Oh, that's good for us. Shame this wasn't a Spell Pierce. We're just going to bonk our opponent here. If we find our land next turn, we can play the Murktide and equip it in the same turn, which would be crazy. But I really want to get this Spell Snare on something. Swift Spear is fine. Sadly, no 2-drop. Mutagenic Growth, they're just going to try and chunk us for a bunch of damage here. There's a lot of damage. 6 damage is no joke. We go down to 9 apiece. But if we find an untapped land, we might be able to just kill them. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess it wouldn't be lethal. Oh, that does make it lethal. No, it doesn't because we can't give it haste. That's a shame. I guess if we're going to do this, we probably need to Mutagenic Growth as well. And if we're going to do that, we might as well get the counter under the Murktide Regent. So the play is growth this, pay life. Not something you want to do proactively normally. Hey man, if you got a bolt, feel free to use it. So now we can Murktide 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to leave the Mishra's Bauble in there because it's the hardest thing to get in our graveyard for Delirium. And then we get a dude as well. This just makes our Murktide a little bit bigger. And we've got 2 dudes, so we're swinging in with the Swift Spear. And then keeping these back to block. We could have kept everything back, but I think that's a bit over the top. Because we need to be able to kill them in the following turn, right? And this way, the Murktide is very likely to kill them. Had we have done this the other way around and not done the... No, we would have to double spell this turn, so we had to use the Mutagenic Growth. So there was no way around getting this up to 7 or anything like that. They're going to have to chain spells here to be able to win. 1. Yeah, they need to go like expressive into like bounce plus something else. Like a Mutagenic Growth. The fact it's taken our opponent this long to do anything suggests that they don't have a kill here. Okay, so they swing with both. The most likely thing is, I guess, that they try and kill the Murktide to survive. Then we might be in a bit of trouble. But I'm not going to risk dying out of nowhere, I don't think. So we'll block like this. If they have, I don't know, Bolt, that won't even do it, will it? So it'd have to be like Bolt to the dome. Yep, down to 5. Mutagenic growth. And this gives you a blocker as well. Sure. If you were going to do that, why not just do it proactively and then have another 2/2? I feel like they were supposed to just... I guess the math worked out well. We could block and not die. Sweet. Oh, 4 lands is an awful lot of lands. I guess we keep because one's an islet. I'm just going to lead off with this and surveil end of turn. There's no point in preordaining because I don't know what I'm looking for other than non-lands. Arboreal Grazer, sure. So we're against Amulet. So if that's the case, I think I might just bolt this end of turn. And we're going to just try and assemble some very quick kill with double strike. That's basically the way we're going to be able to try and win this. It's unlikely to have any interaction at the moment, so let's just preordain and look for double strike. I mean, I guess preordain is good, but no, because we can only cast one more this turn. So we can do 5, plus 5 is 10, plus 4 is 14. We can put them to 5. Not quite enough. End of turn, they're just making a dude, which is really good news for us. So if they don't have the kill here, it's not unreasonable for us to just kill them next turn. It all depends on what they've got. They're floating the mana, which suggests to me, yeah, surely they have the kill here. The turn 1 Grazer, the turn 3 Amulet Vigor. There's Gruul Turf, sure. Two mana, they can go up to 5 here. Summoner's Pact, sure. We're getting a Grazer? Oh, we're getting a Grazer. They're in. It looks like they've got it. Growth Chamber as well. So Primetime resolves. Do they have the kill, or can they just make it very hard for us to win? Depends what they've got in hand, I guess. Well, they're going to have to do something, right? Because they've got a pact trigger to pay for. So they kind of have to either kill us or not do too much. So it's probably something like Vestige plus Hasteland. Yeah. And then they can go to combat with the Vestige untapped. Then they can go get Lotus Field, which would be 3, 4, and Mirror Pool. But that's 1 mana short of copying, right? So that won't do it. Grace Chamber, Talaria West. Yep. So we're not dead. Definitely not dead. So they bounce the Talaria West, then they can go... What are they going to fetch, though? Oh, they're not even doing it this turn. So, end of turn, we shoot the Grazer. And hope we somehow string together Double Strike, a way to get Delirium, and... Okay, well that's part of it. Show me the Double Strike. Damn it. Can this do it? I'm just trying to figure out what's more likely to win. So if we go Preordain, we look at the next 3 cards for a Double Striker. We play the Mishra's Baubles. That'd be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Easily would be lethal if we find Double Strike. If we cast this, we would have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh, so it is just lethal. Yeah, sweet. We managed to get there on turn 4. Very nice to see. So in this matchup, I think we actually want the Violent Urge. And you want the Unholy Heats. And Spell Pierce as well. I don't think you want Spell Snare. And you probably have to just bring in for the Consigns. And then cut all the crap, which is Lava Darts. You need the Mutagenics. Is that overboarding? Somewhat. Corey feels kind of weak in this matchup, but I guess it's good if you're interrupting them. If you're taking out Lava Dart, you are making your combo worse. Is there a good guide? MTG Prowess Modern Sideboard Guide. Here we go. You bring in Unholy Heats. You take out Expressive Iterations and Lava Darts, apparently. You take out Expressive Iteration? That seems crazy to cut these. You just run out of gas so quick. If that's what the guides... Oh, it's also a sorcery for your Delirium. You're just fucking up your sorcery count. Does anyone in chat have any experience with Prowess? I feel like that. I don't think you want to cut all of your sorceries, because then your Unholy Heats become terrible, right? If we're on the draw, maybe Violent Urge isn't good enough, because you're too slow. We'll trim one of these. Oh, no, Consign is just so good. Alright, fine, we'll cut these. They don't have too much interaction anyway. And we'll cut a bolt. We'll try that. I mean, to be fair, this hand does look pretty good. We'll go ahead and keep. I can see what they mean about expressive iteration being too slow. But then you just left with 4 Preordains as your sorcery count. That's super low. Yeah, you can dismember a Darcy, that's fine. I think we need to play around a turn 3 Splunking, Scape Shift, or Green Suns, or any of that kind of crap. So whilst I'd like to play a Slick Shot, I think it's just Darcy. We'll try and nab something with the Spell Pierce. Oh, they had nothing? So they probably do have the combo. They're just missing a bounce land here. Let's go for a Steam Vents, I guess. Sorry, Thundering Falls. Yeah, we don't need that. Okay. So if they're missing their land drop, it would only put them up to 4. Cut 2 Corey, 2 EI. EI is too slow in combat matchups. Yeah, I can see that. It just scares me that then your sorcery count is so low. I think I'm just going to cast the Slick Shot and then try and kill them next turn and keep up Spell Pierce for now. Wait, can we kill them next turn? So we've got hypothetically 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, we'll go ahead and Spell Pierce that. I think that's worth it for sure. Between a Preordain and drawing for turn, I don't think we need to find another land. Alright, so opponent has to basically combo off here or do something very, very strong. Okay, sweet. That was a nice quick 4-1. An hour and a half and we managed to go 4-1. Nice. So there you have it, guys. We went 4-1 in my first ever league with Prowess. The deck feels very, very strong. The interaction is obviously very, very good. And the threats just are some of the best threats in Modern, to be fair. So if you enjoyed the content, make sure to like the YouTube video and subscribe. And if you want to watch live, come and check me out on Twitch. It's UK time, 6 o'clock. American time, no, sorry, UK time is 12 o'clock until like 3. And then in America, it's like 6 a.m. till 9 a.m. And then, well, Europe is obviously all around about the UK time. But thanks for watching, guys. And if you have any deck suggestions, leave them in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.